Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. This is Eric B. Horn, and welcome to another live stream where this particular live stream, I give strategies, tools, and tips for a business owner. For those who do not know me, my name is Eric B. Horn, and I am a career and business strategist, and I've been in business for myself for the past, well, for over a decade. And I learned a lot when it comes to business, a lot of successes, a lot of lessons learned. And the gist of this live stream is to give you a little bit more insight so you can have a thriving and successful business. But today's topic is win their hearts strategy, turning first time buyers into loyal customers. So if you have a product or service that first time that a new customer buys it, it feels like you're on top of the world. However, what you do prior to them buying, and in some instances after they buy from you, will determine if they will buy from you again. And strangely enough, of some of my new clients, whether it's in the product business or the service-based business, they have no problem securing that new client. However, when it comes to a loyal customer, a repeat customer, someone that will spend their money continuously on you, that's where they'll get lost in the sauce. So what I'm going to do today is give you uh, maybe even six or maybe even seven things that you can at least identify or start to do in your business so you have a better understanding of getting repeat customers, especially with this being the fourth quarter and the holidays are right around the corner. I always tell people the fourth quarter gives consumers the excuse to spend a lot of money, right? So based off of your product or service, you have the opportunity to secure a lot of first-time buyers. But then after they buy and the weeks and the months after that, if you do these things, you can put yourself in a position where they become a loyal customer, a repeatable customer, aka you are getting repeat business, which is something that everyone, hopefully, if you are a business owner, that's something that you will want to do. So the first thing that you want to do to get people to become a loyal customer is to have an excellent product or service. Let's start with the origin. You have a lot of businesses out there and their product or their service is horrible. Let's just keep it real. It's horrible because they wanted to give the consumer a mediocre product or a mediocre service, and hopefully they will initially buy, or even more importantly, continue to buy. The first time that a new person comes across your business, that's your first time and your first shot to give a lasting impression. And the lasting impression is the product or the service that you are selling to this particular consumer. Now, I want you to do your due diligence and ask yourself, is the product or service that you have that you are currently serving to your market, could it be better? And hopefully, if you remove your pride, you will look at your service or your product and say, it will get better. Even when it comes to me, based off of my coaching and things of that nature, I'm learning to improve on my overall products and services, because the more I improve on it, let's keep it real, the more I can charge people. And also, the more I improve on it, the better results I can get from my overall and clients, which will lead to them paying more money. Businesses, big box businesses, have something called a research and development department. They spend, in some instances, hundreds of millions of dollars just researching all of their products, all of their processes, everything that they have, and figure out ways how they can make it better. Because once again, as they make it better and they push a new model out, that can be a situation where the person could buy again. Let me give you a prime example. Let's look at the car industry where you have a BMW, right? There are certain individuals who love BMW so much, not only based off of the quality of the car that they buy, but they're willing to buy over and over and over again because BMW is always looking for ways, strategies, and tactics to improve their overall vehicles. I already know for a fact that I know people that buy the latest version of a BMW every single year just to gain the new features. Now, their money is super long, and I wouldn't highly recommend that, but whatever they do with their money is their business. But there are consumers out there, based off of the excellent product or service that you have, would be willing to pay repeatedly just to have that product and service over and over and over again. So even before we go into all of these other strategies when it comes to getting loyal customers, you have to have the understanding that is your product or service is at the very best. And even if it is at the very best, there's always still ways that you can improve on that. So even if you are concentrating on food or whatever industry, your products or services can always get better, because as they get better, you can serve your clients or serve your customers at a higher level. So the first thing, have an excellent, not good, not average, but an excellent product or service. Number two, once you have that excellent product or service, have great customer service, and you want to communicate often. Actually, the communication and customer service starts even before the order is even placed. How you communicate with your target market, how you leverage the power of emotion, because as a business owner, people don't buy off of logic, they buy off of emotion. So how are you communicating that dire sense of emotion for the person to reach out and buy your product or your overall service? But then after they buy it, how are you communicating with them? There's a lot of automation tools now where you can just set it up once and just let it flow every time that someone buys something. But some of the communication channels that you would need to have is after they purchase it, you will want to reassure them that they made a good purchase. You want to talk to them about how the fulfillment process is going. You will want to get feedback on if they got the product or not. If they did get the product, what are some things that they like about the product or service? What are some things that need to be improved on? As you continue to communicate often with your clients, they'll start to build a rapport that you start to become dependable. And as you become a dependable business, more and more people will come back to you. And also, when it comes to the communication piece, it creates a level of consistency. One of the biggest business killers, regardless of what industry or regardless of what you are doing, is not being consistent with your communication. Now, once again, there are some cost-effective tools that you can use to send communications out via text message or via email. I would highly recommend that you make the investment and buy these products or services, because you can just set it up once and then you don't have to worry about it. You'll let the power of automation consistently communicate with your people at the exact same way, at the exact same time. Once again, that overall trust will help you build a rapport that gets people coming back to your store. Number three, possibly, and this is something that everybody can do, create some sort of loyalty program, or specifically a referral program. What I specifically do in my business, once I take someone through my customer journey, and that's something that I'm going to talk about a little bit later, one of the last communications, well, I won't say one of the last communications, but a communication I send out is inviting them to be involved in my referral program. And in that referral program, if they refer me to a group of people that actually secure whatever service that I'm providing, they get half of the money. And to be even more specific, they get half of the money within 7 days after the person that they refer closes the deal, because I'm going to make sure that I'm able to pay that person whatever I said I was going to pay them, and pay them as quickly as possible. Once again, that builds an overall level of trust. And once that person knows that I'm serious about referring people, and then they see the fruits of their labor, thus half of the commission fee, they will turn around and willing to do it again. I currently have about 50 to 60 people in my overall referral program, which is consistently generating me money. But at the same time, as the referrals come in and I close the deals, the commission goes out, which is one of the things that I personally love, because I come across some people that have come across some hard times, but they are very open and honest, and they are hard workers. So as long as they're helping me out, I can pay them a commission so they can do what they need to do with the overall commission. I say that to say you can create a loyalty program or a referral program in your business. It doesn't have to be 50%, but once again, I look at it from the perspective that I wouldn't be able to close this deal if it wasn't for this person. So bless them with 50%. I rather come back with 50% of something as opposed to 100% of nothing. So definitely look at a loyalty slash referral program that you can incorporate in your business that can get you not only repeatable business, but you can get a loyal following that will be willing and able to help you out at any given moment. I'll tell you, those referral programs have really come in to play when it comes to certain times of my business. Okay. Number 4, the overall customer experience. Everyone that purchases something, whether it's from your store or not, or for your business or not, they're going through some sort of customer experience. Actually, sometimes no experience is their overall experience. But believe you me, you want to have an experience on how to take that person from when they actually buy to when the order is fulfilled to when they actually get the order, and how you continue to go through that overall communication. A lot of the customer experience is, once again, dealing with customer service. A lot of people just want their questions answered in a specific amount of time. And even if you do not know the particular answer at that given moment, hold yourself accountable and let them know that you will get back to them within 12 to 24 hours. In some instances, that's what people would want, right? They want to be recognized and they want to be helped. Now, on the other side of the coin, because I've dealt with this in my business, you do have some impatient people. So I'm not saying that that does not exist, but a good 90% of the customers that reach out to you and is looking for some sort of a customer service, they will understand if you reach out to them and you answer their questions directly, or it takes a little time. But make sure the time that you let them know that you will get back with them on is the time that you will do it. Don't say you'll get back with them in 48 hours and it'll be 48 days. That, once again, will be a way to break that overall trust, and that will destroy any potential of that first time buyer becoming a loyal customer. And last but not least, well, no, and the next piece is, if you really want to know how you can overall improve your business or improve your customer experience, either go through Google reviews or go through Amazon reviews and look at businesses that are specific or parallel to what you are doing, aka your competition, and not only look at the 5-star reviews, so you can look at things that you can actually incorporate in your business that these customers like, but then also look at the 1-star or the 2-star or maybe even the 3-star, because the 5-star will give you a foundation on some of the things that you can improve on in your customer experience, but those 1 or 2 stars will also give you an understanding of what not to do. In my business, I have a running list of what we can improve on and some of the things that we try to avoid. So in some instances, we aim for the list on the things that we can improve on and what we're doing well to be a lot longer than what to avoid. But it's critical for you to know some of the mistakes that your competition has made, so you can incorporate that in your business and not make those mistakes, right? It's in plain sight. And you can do that with Amazon reviews, or you can even do that with Google reviews. Google reviews and recommendations are very powerful because it gives you a lesson learned on a business that is similar to yours, on what you can do even more or what you can improve on, or things that you can't. So do not bypass the concept of reviewing reviews with businesses that are similar to yours. And last but not least, to gain loyal customers is to actually have an understanding of your customer life cycle. Now, this is a concept that I've learned maybe about 2 years ago, and it's revolutionized my business. So a customer life cycle is what can you, as a customer, what things that you can sell repeatedly or at an upsell for your overall client. You want to have an understanding of what you can actually sell to them. That you can write it on a sheet of paper or a napkin or whatever, but it's not just a one shot, one deal type situation. Let me give you a prime example. So for those who don't know, I've written a couple of books. This is my first book, and this is going to be a plug. It's called How Professional Is Your Development. Now, long story short, this book is a self-development guide for recent college graduates on how to be successful after graduation. If you don't have this, you can go to ericbhorn.com or you can go to amazon.com to pick it up. Yeah, I just plugged that because if you don't market yourself, you may be out of business. So based off of this customer life cycle, this is a $10 book, right? So for about 3 years, my aim was to sell as many of these books as possible at $10 a pop. Or if I was lucky, in a sense, I was able to sell these books in bulk to colleges, universities, or even a particular client. So even though selling a box of books is good, I had to take a step back and strategize. What if this isn't enough for a recent college graduate? What other things or what other products or services that I can sell to them that helps deepen the overall concept of everything that's in this book, right? So we started off as the book, but then I had to gain an understanding of there's only a certain amount of people that will read this book, right? And they would read the book, not just based off of the fact that they can't read it, is they may be able to absorb the information in a different perspective. For example, an audiobook. So what we decided to do is create an audiobook version of this at a higher price. Once again, the person starts out based off of buying this book, and if they like the information but they would want to hear it, that same customer can actually purchase the audiobook, right? So that's the first upsell. But then the next upsell based off of the life cycle is I came across a couple of college graduates who loved the concept in the book. They was able to absorb it even more based off of the fact that they could listen to it. However, they specifically wanted to learn something more in depth based off of what's in this book. For example, um, okay, for example, I have a chapter in here called Your Starting Five. And the concept of that chapter is, the 5 people that you hang around the most is a direct reflection of you, thus networking and relationship building. So I had a couple of recent college graduates come up to me and say they're horrible at networking. They don't understand the concept of it. Is there any way that I can actually teach a class? So as a next tier, I decided to create a series of online training that dug a little bit deeper to some of the same people that bought the book and bought the audio book and bought the actual video. So I don't want to be long with it, but once again, I just got to the point. I took my particular customer on an overall journey, and based off of what I provided for them in the very beginning, what are other ways for me to deepen their learning experience and deepen the relationship that I have with them? So that came out to another set of products. So even just stemming off of this book, I have a customer life cycle. It's about 5 or 6 steps in that overall customer life cycle, which started out as in the book, but then it all leads all the way to one-on-one coaching. Now, I understand one-on-one coaching isn't for everyone, but at the same time, I've had people who purchased the one-on-one coaching based off of what they learned in the book because they wanted a more in-depth one-on-one experience about what I'm teaching from the book with them one-on-one. Once again, once I understood the concept of the life cycle, it took me earning $10 from one particular client to almost thousands of dollars based off of the same information that's in this book. If I didn't understand the concept of a customer life cycle, I would be missing out on a lot of money. I would be missing out on a lot of repeatable business. And that is something that you could be possibly doing right now, regardless if you're selling food, books, whatever it is, you want to sit down and strategize your customer life cycle, because I guarantee you, you are missing out on repeatable sales just for having that one shot, one deal type concept, right? So I know it felt like I gave you a drinking water from a fire hose, but I just want to give you 6 strategic ways where you can engage your customer more, have repeatable business, and that means your bottom line is you are making more money in your business. So if you guys had any questions, comments, concerns based off of anything that I talked about during this live, you can feel free to leave a comment and I'll be more than happy to reply back to you. However, this is a service. This is one of my, this particular concept is one of the services that I provide for my clients. This is on the consulting side of the house. If you are looking to strategize more and learn more about how you can gain repeatable customers, thus making more money in your business, feel free to scan the QR code that's at the bottom of this live stream. Once you scan that QR code, a form will actually come up. And in that form, we ask you some easy questions just to gain a better understanding to see if it would be a good fit for us to work together. Based off of that, once we approve it, then we will reach out to you to gain a better understanding of what you do in your business, how much you're looking to make, and what is your current customer life cycle, or even the other things that we talked about during this live, and how we can overall strengthen that, right? If a customer has bought from you once, it is a lot easier for them to purchase something from you again if you have that infrastructure in your overall business. Actually, one concept that blew my mind is it's a lot easier to sell to it's a lot harder to sell to that customer the first time as it is multiple times after that, because the first time, and if you give them a great product, you give them exceptional customer service, and you over communicate, you give them a great customer experience, they will come back to you. You will be a trusted business in their eyes, and not only would they continue to buy from you, they will refer other individuals to you, right? So once again, thank you guys for your time. My name is Eric B. Horn, and I'll see you on the next live. Later.